Now then, crew, and welcome back to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. And this is one of the many suite of 8, I think, videos covering completion of master records for P.D.I sites here in New Zealand. Now, I know for the vast majority of viewers, this will be of absolutely no benefit whatsoever. But for those that are involved in that part of the industry, actually very, very helpful, because there's quite a bit of confusion around how to fill out these documents, especially some of them. But I thought I'll do all the documents anyway, and that way they're all covered. Doesn't take me long. It's a Sunday afternoon, got not much else to do, just chilling out, so why not make some videos, right? Okay, this video covers how to fill out the master record for training. Okay, training record, and you need to do one of these for each of your authorized P.D.I inspectors that you have at your P.D.I site. And if a new P.D.I inspector starts working for you, got to fill one of these out as well. Okay, I also like to do one for the admin person that's responsible for overseeing all the documentation within the P.D.I site. It might be the service manager, it might be somebody upstairs in admin, who knows? But I get to fill one of those out with them as well. And that particular record covers all the training that I would provide them under the admin side, what they need to do with the documents and how they're filled out. So the contents of this video helps them immensely to then coordinate them being filled out by the other staff. Okay, without further ado, let's crack on. Used.
You don't paint something without wiping.
Honestly. Okie dokie. Okay, so on a previous form, we filled out for a gentleman, one of the P.D.I inspectors. There we go, look. Yes, Ralph. I remember now. That was the inspector transfer document. Okay, so we're going to fill out a training record. Well, we could fill it out for Ralph. Or in fact, we could fill it out for me. What the hell? I'll fill one out. Okay, so just to keep it interesting for the other viewers. Name, okay. Full name, not part name, okay. So, Andrew. I know, not Andy, Andrew. Robert. James. I know, Mum liked her names, right? Didn't you, Mum? Young, surname. Okay, qualifications. Now, this is qualifications relative to the automotive industry. Okay, so I did back in the day at Loughborough College, I did a BTEC HND in motor vehicle engineering and management. What else have I got that's relative to P.D.I? Well, I suppose I did GCSE metalwork. You could put that in there, I suppose, 'cause it helps me to understand about, you know, engineering and stuff. So GCSE, none of this has been recognised by New Zealand government anyway, but anyway, not to worry. Metalwork. It doesn't say here experience, but I think experience, when I consider somebody to be a P.D.I inspector and want to give them authority, I always look at their experience as well. And my experience since leaving college, when I was 21, so from 21 until current, so 21 years to 53 years, employed in motor vehicle industry. And I would just summarise under there that I was a mechanic for a while. I've been a WAF inspector. I've already been a P.D.I guy before. And I've also worked for companies like Mercedes-Benz and run my own business, four-wheel drives. So, you can put in whatever information you need in there to really give the person a good understanding of your abilities and skills. Now, down here, it's got additional training and education. Now, I've done a number of courses over the years. And again, keep this just to the automotive industry. Don't start to, I did a geography course and all that kind of, it doesn't matter, right? It's irrelevant. So just automotive. So I did a course with, when was it? Jeez. It would have been around about 2010, I would say. I'll just put 2010. And it was some training with Yamaha. So it was the Yamaha Training Academy. And I think it was new models. And I also got trained up on P.D.I by a gentleman called Phil Winter, which had been around at the same time, because that's when I started working at a Yamaha dealership. So P.D.I training, Phil Winter. And he was from Yamaha Motor New Zealand. There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you too much with all my background. There's obviously a lot more than that. But once you've completed this form, then it's done. But obviously any new training that's done, you can then add further information to this document, scan it and resave it. Always keep the hard copy available. And you don't need to sign it, which is interesting enough. I'm going to sign it because I like to sign things. It just makes it official, doesn't it? So we've covered filling out one of these training records, the master records, for a P.D.I inspector. Remember earlier on, I also mentioned filling one out for the person doing the administration side for the P.D.I site of the master records, the one person that's overseeing everything, right? The person that the new vehicle entry certifier, in this case me, for a particular brand here in New Zealand, would visit on a regular basis and discuss this paperwork with and provide training to that person on how to accomplish the requirements of this paperwork. So let's do one of those next. So let's say her name is D. Stevenson, PH. Now, D being the admin lady, and I'll just make a note of this, so admin, P.D.I admin. Okay, I put that up there just to make it very clear that D's not a P.D.I inspector. She's just doing the admin work. Now, her qualifications, absolutely irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Don't need to fill that out at all. We could just put works in administration office. The important stuff is what goes in here. So training and education can be provided in many different ways. It could just be a simple email explaining something. So let's say, I don't know, on the 13th of February 2024, I sent D an email explaining master records. And we also discussed at the time the completion of the equipment master records, sorry, plural. So with specific attention to that, because D was struggling a bit on how to fill out the equipment record for a tyre pressure gauge, for example. And then maybe in June, on the 4th of June 24, it was a visit, and we did a review of all master records. And we also discussed how to complete an inspector transfer. And you've got the idea. So each and every time there's something to do with P.D.I training or knowledge being passed from one person to another, it's recorded on this form. And obviously when the form's filled out, you just start a new one. You know, pretty simple. Always keep the old documents there. Okay, so another hopefully short video explaining how to complete the training records for the master records for NZTA when you have a P.D.I site. Not to be confused with the master records documentation that you would have if you also did warrant of fitness. The master records for P.D.I are a different set of documents to those used if you're a warrant of fitness site. Yes, they are, believe me. Okay, crew, if you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, why not click on subscribe, ring the bell, and that way you'll get notifications as and when any new videos are posted on the channel. If you want to support the channel, you can do that through Patreon or PayPal. If it's PayPal, then don't send it as a donation. I'm not a registered charity. Just send it as a cash payment, please. And you'll also find me on Facebook and Instagram, so you can peruse those platforms and learn more about the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel, because we do a lot more than just filling out forms, right? This is a very bizarre and abstract rabbit hole that I've gone down, but it's one that I think will be very, very helpful to a very small number of people, i.e. those that are involved in the paperwork and admin of P.D.I sites here in New Zealand. I will see you on the next one. Still a few more to go. Cheers. Over and out.
And you get the flip up again.
Oh!